For 1,000 years, this civilization was the central light whose rays illumined the world. It was the mother of European culture, for man reared in this civilization were the masters in the Middle Ages, at whose feet the Spaniards, the French, the English, the Italians, and the Germans sat to learn philosophy, sciences of mathematics, astronomy, chemistry, physics, medicine, and industrial techniques. Their names are household words. Dr. Tara Chand, 20th century scholar and historian of India. Learning ilm was encouraged by the Khalifas as well as other wealthy men and women who supported it with all their means. This included ensuring free education and research, granting monetary allowances, and free lodging for students. Teachers and educational staff were remunerated abundantly. First and foremost in importance, however, was the building of mosques, the main places of gathering and learning. These soon turned into immense complexes of education, the first universities of the world. Each pioneered the world in all fields of science and knowledge. The Arabic word for university, jamia, was derived from jamia, the mosque. The great mosque of Kairouan was established by Uqba ibn Nafi, an Arab general, in 670. It is the oldest university and mosque in the Western Islamic world and was the most remarkable intellectual and cultural center during the 9th, 10th, and 11th century. The great scholar Al-Tabari taught and also wrote his famous tafsir here. The works of its famous physicians were translated and taught in Salerno in 11th century. Another of its students, Al-Kindi, was one of the greatest scientists, and his works in cosmology, mathematics, optics, cryptology, and medicine had a tremendous influence on later centuries. Al-Zaytuna Mosque was founded by Umayyad Khalif Hisham ibn Abd al-Malik in 709 and is another one of the major centers of Islamic learning and jurisprudence. It possessed the richest libraries of the 13th century with tens of thousands of books and manuscripts. Some of its most famous graduates were Ibn Khaldun, the first social historian in history, and Muhammad ibn Arafah, who was one of the greatest scholars of the Maliki school. The world's oldest university was the Mosque and University of Al-Qarawiyyin in Morocco. It was founded by Fatima al-Fikhri, the daughter of a wealthy merchant. Alongside countless other women, she also attended the university she helped to found. Its enormous libraries are the legacy of successive Khalifas throughout history. Their enormous scope even required the appointment of special librarians. Its glory, however, was its body of scholars, the ulama. Its students included Ibn al-Khatib, a polymath and physician who discovered that disease is spread from one person to another by close contact, long before Louis Pasteur. And Abbas ibn Firnas, the father of aviation, who succeeded to fly for up to 10 minutes with his device. Many famous non-Muslims also attended the university, like Maimonides, a Jewish philosopher, Al-Bitruji, an astronomer and philosopher, and Pope Sylvester II. Al-Azhar University was founded as a mosque by Commander Jauhar at the orders of Khalifa al-Mu'izz. Every successive Khalifa renovated and extended the mosque and encouraged scholars and jurists to have their study circles and gatherings in this great institution. It is still the oldest and most prestigious functioning university. The scholars of Al-Azhar include Ibn al-Khaytham, who invented the camera obscura, and Ibn Khaldun, who was one of the greatest philosophers of the Middle Ages. Also, Taqiyuddin al-Nabhani, the leader and founder of the Islamic political party Hizb ut-Tahrir, was one of its excellent graduates during the first half of 20th century. The great mosque of Cordoba was founded by Khalifa Abdurrahman I. It was the intellectual center of the West by the 10th century. Not only Muslims, but also Jews and Christians served as professors and benefited as students. Ibn Bajjah, known in the West as Ibn Pacha, was a groundbreaking astronomer, physician, and scientist. Al-Zahrawi was Islam's greatest medieval surgeon. The Mustansiriya Madrasa in Baghdad was founded by Abbasid Khalifa al-Mustansir. It became the role model for educational institutions across the world. Khalifa al-Mustansir also contributed to its library with an initial collection of 80,000 volumes. The collection grew to 400,000 volumes. Here, knowledge, scholars, and students were awarded unparalleled, unique status. At the Mustansiriya, professors received monthly salaries, and the 300 students each received 1 gold dinar a month and free medical care. Al-Mustansir set up the first faculties and organized them in detail, as it is the case in today's university faculties. Its most important faculties were the House of Quran, the House of Hadith, and the School of Medicine, which provided free medical services to anyone who came. And not to forget, the University of Sankore in Timbuktu. It was a very significant seat of learning in the Muslim world, especially during the 14th and 15th centuries. Quranic and Islamic studies, law, history, medicine and surgery, astronomy, mathematics, and all fields of science and knowledge, as well as art, trade, business code, and ethics were taught here. Its library contained more than 70,000 manuscripts. It had 25,000 students around the 12th century in a city with a population of 100,000. It produced world-class scholars recognized by their publications and graduates. Among its most famous scholars was Ahmed Baba as-Sudani, the final chancellor of Sankore University. He penned over 60 books on various subjects, including law, medicine, philosophy, astronomy, and mathematics. He was a matchless jurist, professor, and imam of his time. This university is one of the evidences that the rule of Islam brought the light of ilm even to the most remote corners of its presence. These and many more institutions under the Khilafah led to an era of great innovations and discovery. It nurtured an abundance of scholars and scientists who contributed to the spread of Islam and coined the development of science, whilst creating a glorious civilization which became the superpower of the world.